Welcome. I wanted to take some time to go over the whiteboard tools with you before you get into the live classroom. When you log into the live classroom, you will see something that looks like this. You have your moderator, which will be your teacher, and then you'll have the participants that are underneath. And those are the students that are in the class with you. Your name will come up here, and as you see, sandwiched between your name and the participant list are 4 buttons. Many times you will be asked by the teacher, well, our favorite question is, can you hear me? And give us a smiley face if you can hear us. You'll hear that a lot, just because we want to make sure, one, you can hear what we're saying. If you put your mouse over that smiley face button, you can see that you can choose smiley face. And as the moderator or the teacher, I will see that smiley face next to your name, and that says, they can hear me. Yes, we're ready to go. There are other things you could do. You can laugh out loud. You can clap for your classmates if they did a good job. There's many ways you can interact with those buttons. And as teachers, we know sometimes you need to get away from your computer for a second. You need to go to the washroom, somebody rang the doorbell, something that you have to get away from your computer. If you click that button with the little person with a time next to it, that's your away button. So when you're not there, the teacher will see that you are away. Don't stay away for the whole class, but, a quick run to the bathroom or answer the door, something that comes up that you have to do. That way you won't be called on when you're not there. That's a little embarrassing. I don't know you're not there unless you tell me. And when you come back, you just click that away button again and it clears that out. If you have a question, click the raise your hand button. And the teacher will see that you have a question and pause and address that. And there will be interactive questions, true or false, multiple choice that you will be asked to answer. This check at the end would be used for like a yes or no or true or false question. And you could say, oh, yep, I agree, or yes, that's true. And then as teachers, we can change this to an A, B, C, D. But so you'll see a little A in this button versus a green check. Those are your quick interactive tools to answer questions that come up in class. Now, you could be asked a question specifically, and then you're going to get on the microphone. There's 2 buttons here. There's a talk and a video. First thing you need to do when you log into class for the first time is do the audio setup. This is a way for you to make sure that when class starts, you'll be able to hear everything. So you're going to choose your speaker and click OK. And then they're going to play something for you. Hopefully you can hear that, which I heard it. So I'm going to click yes, and then I'm going to test my microphone. So you hit the little record button, and you see how the green lights are dancing. That means it's recording me. And then you hit it to play. And there's me. So that tells me that my microphone and my speakers are set up properly for this classroom. Once you have that all set up, then the teacher says, okay, Johnny, what do you think about this? Whatever that question may be. Click on the talk button and off you go. You give your opinion or how you found the answer or any of that stuff. And most importantly, when you're done speaking, please click off the mic. If you stay on the mic, then every time you type in the chat, we hear click, 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 click. We hear all the background noise that's going on in the background. So when you're speaking, click the talk. When you're done speaking, click talk one more time to turn it off. Then there is also video. If you are given those privileges, then you will go ahead and tap on the video as well. The last way to interact in this window on the left-hand side of the screen is a chat. And you can type in the chat box whatever you want. Sometimes your teacher is going to ask you to respond in the chat, and then you will type in your answer there. Last but not least is the whiteboard itself. There will be times, especially like in my math classes, that you will be working out the questions on the board so I can see that you understand step by step what the process is. These tools, when you're given them, will come up on the left-hand side of your screen. The top one is your selection tool. I'm going to come back to that because there's a blank board. There's nothing to select. The second one is your pointer tool. If you click the starburst, that will allow you to point somewhere on the screen. If you click, your starburst will stay there. Obviously, there were some other pointers you could choose. You can choose the pointer finger, or, you know, maybe you're having a great day and you just want to use the smile. You can click with a smile. The next tool is your writing tool. This will allow you to write on the board. Oops, I made a mistake. I know, 2 plus 2 is not 5. So this is where that selection tool comes in handy. I'm going to go over here to the lines that make up my 5. I'm going to click on them. I see my box, and then I hit backspace and I can erase. And then go back and fix my mistake. So I can go click on my tool one more time and put that in there. Now you can change your color by clicking on the black box here. Notice there's numerous colors that you can choose from. This is helpful if there's many people working on the board and then you're not all in black. You know, you can choose red and then go ahead and start writing. All right, now let's say I want to get rid of everything on the screen. I decided, nope, I was supposed to do multiplication for both these questions, whatever they were. You can go back and use that selection tool and just draw a box around everything. Notice how everything is selected now, and I can hit backspace, and I'm back to a clear board. The next one down is your text box or just a typing text tool. If you just want to type letter by letter, one that's really small, let me go ahead and make that a little bigger. As I type, you can see it's typing on the screen. Now notice you might not have seen anything until I clicked someplace else on the screen. Once you're done typing, make sure you click on the whiteboard at a different spot so that your text can be seen. Now if you're using the text box tool, that's not the case. Oops, I did not make that very big. As you type in the text box, you can see exactly, oops, I can't spell. I was just going to try and type the brown fox. There we go. What is it? That's what they always use to do your text. It is visible, and again, you can change the size of your text. The next two are shape tools. You can make a circle. Let's say you were asked to build a snowman. I don't know. You never know, right? You can just create your circles, and there's your snowman. Notice how I changed the color just like I changed my text color. The second tool down is a box. So let's say I wanted to put a box around what I typed. And again, I can change its color, whatever works best for the situation. The last one is your line tool. This straight line tool will allow you to make a straight line. Isn't that nice? Because it's really hard to draw with the mouse. If I go ahead and try and do this with my pencil, let's say I'm trying to connect word to definition. Now that wasn't so bad, but it's not always the case. And it is nice if you are working with more than one person on the screen. Again, with your straight line tool, change its color so that you know which one you did, because you'll say, I did mine in blue. And you can connect vocabulary to definition or whatever you're asked to do. That is the major tools that you will use when you're in the online classroom. One more thing you can do, let's say you want to save the notes at the end of the presentation, or you want to print them out before anything's written on them and use them for taking notes. If you go to the File and go to the Save, you're going to go down to Whiteboard. Now, if you want just the specific page, maybe I put up a formula page to help you with your homework, and you just want that page, then you would just click Current Page. Or all pages if you want to use them as notes or whatever you want to do. Once you have the thing created, now what you're going to do, there's one more thing. You can put your title, whatever you want to put there. But you do have to make sure you turn it in, you tell them you want a PDF. Do not save it as a WBD because you don't have any way to see a whiteboard file. But you can open PDFs on your computer. And there we have it. It saved it. Make sure you know where it saved it. If you wanted to reopen it and print it and use it for your notes, you're ready to go. Hopefully this will help, so when you're in the online classroom, you do not feel lost as far as what do I do with all these tools. If you have questions or problems, please send me a message. I'll be happy to help. Thank you.